Hello there and welcome to Streetweek 2025. This is day 4 in Vårgårda, Sweden here, and this is an airfield, but as you can see this is a semi-prep track, and they have been laying down some rubber and some glue on this track here, so I think it will be pretty good, this one, maybe not as good as Malmö. And it is about 1.5 hours until the race starts, but it's already some people waiting here to see the racing. No bleachers on this track, but you can stand on the sides of the track. And here we have the timing bus. They actually moved the timing, so it's the same Christmas tree and same timing on all the tracks. Will be an interesting day to see. It's still very tight in the top 3 Camaros in the Max Outlaw category, and it's tight in other categories as well. Leader in Street Outlaw and the Core. When he came here yesterday, the bearings looked like this. He removed the main bearings. I will go and see if he have replaced them now. Yeah, and the Core's E30 is back together. He's warming up. The Opel Ascona here with the Audi 5-cylinder, they are here. They managed to repair the converter flex plate and got here, but also the gearbox cracked. They welded this one, but it's still a little bit of leaks in this, so they will try to weld it again. And managed to do the drive, but when putting the trans brake in, it's getting too much pressure and it's leaking out here. Some nice cup holders in this one as well. Race starts soon, but I hope they manage to weld it up and repair so they can make some passes today.
Vi behöver mer vatten i beachboxen, tjejer. Bredare och lite mera. Camilla Ventus, ambassadören i Västbanan. Högerbanorna går då ut länge. Titta lite med bakgrunden, du måste slå på igen. Den går bort på 4.56 och är då näst. Han är snabbast för dagen än så länge. Oj, så vacker burnout i vänsterbanan. Nico Sunding. Banan i högerbanan så rullar vi mot 7. CB Kelly hjälper Roger tillbaka i de mest klippiga spårerna som finns här på Vårgårda. Där stoppar de honom. Öppna dörren framför. Olika skador, olika uppdrag. Hitta till bilen och rullar i mål på 5.13 nu.
We have the beautiful Max ECU Supra here, the new build with the 2J in the Max Outlaw category. They had about 260 kilometers per hour yesterday, so much faster than many of the V8 guys actually. And I'm gonna check this one a bit into detail here now. Engine is an Dart iron block, and the gearbox is an automatic TH400. Beautiful intake manifold, CNC machine, but you can barely see the passes. It is very smooth. I think it's designed and made by Anders Farnberg. I think he bought a 5-axis CNC mill to make these kind of pieces. Also the valve covers, I think it's some IGN 1A ignition coils. We got a brake master cylinder, and we got a line lock and a sensor, pressure sensor on there. And the pan for collecting oil that is needed or a requirement, it is in carbon fiber. Beautiful one there. And now they have been driving this a lot of miles here on the streets in Sweden. Suspension, travel position sensors here. In the back here also position sensors for the suspension, for the dampers. There's actually also some sensors here for the wheelie bars, so we can see how much pressure it's putting on the wheelie bars. They actually got a little bit of problem with the uniballs here for the 4-link. They got a bit sloppy. That was why it went left on the last pass there in Malmö. So they are looking for some new uniballs. And this car was built actually in a pretty short period of time, maybe half a year. I bet they had some pieces before, but XRP pressed fittings here and some hydroflows. Even the big hydroflows here for the charge pipes. And these hydroflow is not Wiggins, but they are very much alike. It's the same color, but you can see the design is a little bit different on these hydroflows. The Wiggins is more flat. So these, I think, is a little bit more nice. They're used in airplanes and race cars. So it's nothing about styling these purple ones. It's because they normally is like that. It is possible to change color of them if you want, but yeah, originally they come in that, and that is the most racing. Huge downpipe, or I would say side pipe here. Titanium. Precision, 88mm turbo. A little bit small nicks there on the leading edges, but nothing to worry about, I would say. Exhaust temperature sensors, and on these wires here it's heat insulation there. That's a good solution to keep it in a good condition there, the silver one over there. And the nuts is K-nuts, 12 points. Very nice. And it is in water intercooler for most performance out of this. And the tank for this one is actually here behind the front wheel. Pretty large tank here. I guess they put ice in it, don't know. Connector for the pump. Yes, the pump is inside the tank. And also pump for the radiator, and water is mounted directly on the radiator here in the front on this billet mount here. Oil cooler, Cetra one. And you need to have a horn because it's a street car, so you get a horn there. Inside the car, carbon fiber seats. We see the transmission also with a lot of these XRP golden hoses, and of course it's Max ECU in this one because this is the Max ECU Supra owned by one of the owners of Max ECU. So it got the PDMs, it got the ECUs. Nice boots, and they got shrink tube over all of the wires, so you can actually not see any wire at all got protected, and a lot of these nice mil-spec connectors. Also in this one, cup holder, looks like an 3D printed one, lightweight, and an intercom system. Many of the guys have these intercoms so they can talk to each other. They are very loud, these ones, but with that one they could talk with each other. Driver, co-driver, really good. Rear wheels, the rims is RC Comp, I believe. Nice beadlock, and the size 33, 17, 16. Starting up for some warming. Steering wheel, couple of buttons, don't know what they are for, no labels, but we also got a dash and Plex dash here. We got an electronic accelerator pedal, and we got one of these oil pans with the built-in channels to the dry sump oil pump, so the oil pump is mounted directly to the oil sump there, and it looks like it is a fuel pump here in the back of Kinsler mechanical fuel pump in the back here of the oil pump. And it is a lot of sensors on this car. I think it was 49 sensors that is connected to the max ECU. And all of the wiring here, beautiful, kind of race spec wiring. Raychem DR25 and these yellow labels here. And big Moran injectors and then some smaller Bosch ones. Hope they can find some uniballs and go out on the track so we can see them out on the track here as well. Also inside the nose here we have the original headlamps inside, not something that normal drag race cars have, but this one need to have it because of the drag and drive. And I think here is a quick connector to connect it. Also here I can see an laser ride height sensor looks like, so we can see the height of the front end towards the ground.
Alltså nu har... Oj, vad det går iväg! Men kolla, jag är 497 igen! Det är 484! Anders Rådberg! Och jag såg in i bomben i 497 med Anders Där sitter trean och den kommer han nog försöka gå i mål. Vi har 470 Västerbana! 0,1 sekund. Och då tittar en björnäckran och vi har ju Christian Laggers på 6.00 i vänsterbanan, 8 misstänkt bägge två. Och då har vi och vi har ringar emot på 8.17 och 6.68 i vänsterbanan. Och då har vi högerbanan, han håller på. Och det vinglar och fart. Det visar sig. Johan, jag har sett många.
Opel Kadett from Norway, and this one has a 4-cylinder Volvo 16 valve with some repair reinforcement with the belt here to hold the alternator. Automatic gearbox, and it is nitrous in this one as well. I think all of the small engines usually have nitrous for spooling, but this one have nitrous on all cylinders here. So it is maybe putting out a little bit of power for that one as well. We have Henrik Andersen here with his BMW, the newly built car here with a single turbo 88mm and an LT engine here. So it's an iron block in this one, and yeah, 4-wheel drive. Slicks, it actually got some built-in jacks here, the new performance jacks there. And yeah, putting on some safety over the cylinders there. It is still some testing with this car. It was not supposed to be ready, so it's not painted yet. But I think it's working very good. I believe the better times will come later on, but it's still 5s, pretty low 5s on this one. It looks a little bit sketchy today. The first pass it was a little bit left-right all pass, and the second pass it was in the top end. And maybe it is something with the front differential that is not holding up as it should. And they are now packing up for going for the last track here, and yeah, this is a bit of a mix with steel body here and some reinforced plastic here. Adding some fuel in the back, fuel cell in the back here, and we can see the rear axle, and it's actually a lot of tubes back here to reinforce everything. Also reinforcement here for the tow hook and for the parachute mount. So it's a lot of testing here for getting this, but I think this could be really dangerous in the future and be really fast. I think they're running the max ECU for the ECU, and for the transmission it's the Turbo Lamic here. Also the tank here for the intercooler looks like to be into the car here. And it's built also by Henrik Andersen, and he built this chassis this winter, and it's built in Dokol R8. So it's nice, a little bit similar to me building a chassis for first time, and it's looking all good, and now it's allowed to go like 6.0 on the quarter miles. Big transmission tunnel, and we got the DCT shifter from Sweden here. When fabricating all of this roll cage, he used a computer program called Bentech to get all of the lengths and how to, you got all paper, how to notch everything. So yeah, it worked really good for him to use that computer program. And really nice welds, everything, for being the first time building a chassis. I think maybe the steering here is Renault Megane, maybe. That is the electric power steering there. And I think maybe it's planned to use an even larger turbo in the future, because in the same series of turbos, this is the smallest one, so it will fit bolt on even bigger turbos. The heads is untouched. I think just harder valve springs, but otherwise valves and everything is original. And we got the intercooler here on the top. So this is the intercooler. It's one core here that the water goes through. And when I have seen Henrik's other cars, I believe this will be all painted and nice in the future. It's a lightweight battery here, and it's by the cousins, I think they're called, from Denmark. And Henrik is from Denmark from the beginning. He's living in Sweden right now. Here we can also see the adapter plate between the engine, the LT. It's, I think, 6.2 liter engine, and the gearbox is an 8 HP 95, so it's an 8-speed gearbox with the 4-wheel drive. And the gearbox is coming from a BMW 760, and they are not easy to combine right now. Some heavy welding going on here. Big generator to feed the small mechatronic here. They can weld up the gearbox. Pastorn Ted Modé with his Audi S2. This car has been on Streetweek a couple of years ago, but another owner, and it's totally rebuilt since then. Actually, it was a lot of Audi S2s in Streetweek a couple of years ago. I think maybe this is the only one this year, and he's running 4 slicks, so he's not in the 4-wheel drive category. He's in a higher category, I would say. Beautiful engine here, beautiful billet valve cover. Precision turbo and an old HKS Generation 1 wastegate, but these are working really good quality on these wastegates, even though if it's maybe 15 years old, that one. And the manual gearbox. It's always fun to see these kind of cars, 4-wheel drive slicks with manual gearboxes going down the strip. They can be really fast, and sometimes they can jump around and make some interesting passes. Only the intercooler here in the front. The radiator is in the back of the car.
Oj, våran kamera överlevde burnisen. Och där har vi tempot ner och ner. Öka tryck på. Han går ju bort mot 6. Där är de i släkten. Det går ner till slötten nästa. Stormar nu mot mål 595 mot 665 med högerban. Det är 599 högerbana, 701 i vänsterbanan. Snyggt, snyggt.
Daniel Helsings Audi TT RS And this one, the 5-cylinder DASA engine, it is 5-second times with this one. Beautiful billet intake manifold with some small bugs on it. We got some new catch cans and well-done fuel pressure regulator. BGP race have been involved a little bit in the fuel system with this fuel catch tank, so it's using this fuel catch tank in the engine bay here. So it's nice to have everything here in the engine bay. It's very tight fit, but it's good to not put fuel system in the trunk of the car. We got the Cyvex ECU. I think this is tuned by a guy in Belgium, so it's remotely tuned, and Don Helsing is very happy about that. Big new fuel filter here, and the gearbox is actually stock in these ones. They hold up a lot of power, but the clutches is replaced one. I think it's Dodson clutches. E85 new sensor here, and the engine is built of this one, of course. It's sleeves in, pistons and rods. He had some nice drag racing rims on this one before, but they found out just days before the race that the tires was cracks in them, so he replaced them and found these wheels. So better than nothing, and managed to do 5-second passes with this nicely built drag racing wing here in the back as well to stabilize the car in higher speeds. Tow hook is installed, and it's a little bit of weight reduction here. Removed some of the interior in the back seat here, and it's an Docol R8 roll cage in this one, so it's allowed down to 8.5 on the quarter mile, and I think 220 kilometers per hour in the 1/8 mile in this one. Bit of weight reduction here also on the door panels on the sides here. Carbon fiber tilt seat for the driver. And the turbo is not possible to see, I think it's down there, but it is an next generation 72-75, so a pretty large one. We have Niklas Lindrin's beautiful Camaro here. The whole front end is carbon fiber, and the engine is a beautiful piece here. Big block engine. It is a 540 engine. It looks like a cast one. The turbos here is 88 millimeters Garrett turbos. The billet intake manifold and charge piping here. We got a boost gate they're using for. They had a little bit of problem today with launching the car, and the turbos is going into surge. Have not done that before, but so they adjusting the boost gauge there to bleed off some of the boost. Also have the Bosch throttle bodies on this one, electronic. Very clean everything in this one, black or polished aluminium or just raw milled aluminium. We got double injectors per cylinder. It looks like atomizers, 1100, so huge injectors, and some Siemens smaller ones as well there. It is MBE cylinder heads on this one, and it's really good flow, they say, in this one, almost like the Hemi ones. So these are really good pieces for this engine. Inside here of the V of the engine, it is actually fuel rails for street fuel, so it is the other injectors used for the street. And when they had this engine on the dyno, it made 2,500 horsepower, and it was about 2.3 bar of boost and not maxed out turbo, so it's possible to take out a lot more, but here in Streetweek, 8th mile and these kind of tracks, it's not possible to use all of that power. And also this car is an old Pro stock car, so it's a little bit maybe weak for this kind of engine and this kind of power. Last year everything in the back here, the 4-link plates, attachments, everything was cracked and loose, so they have been strengthening everything up there. Beautiful here in the interior, carbon fiber dash, it's an AIM dash here, and Max ECU Pro here, AM, PDM, and looking very clean and nice, grey and carbon fiber. Also I like all of the nice details with the billet clamps, holders. This tank here for the water is a billet machined one. And we got some sensors, low dollar sensor for the suspension. We got the laser ride height sensor. And the co-driver, Thomas Harr of this car, is a really smart guy that building many of these stuff and do very nice wiring, for example. So, but one cool thing is that these guys are pretty new to drag racing and have not been driving on this level before. When I was driving Streetweek 2022, I met these guys. Then they were driving just a normal rear-wheel drive Nissan 280, not a drag race car at all, with just some R tire. And they get bitten by this drag racing. So now they, very serious into this.
Passaten. För en 65. Mycket kabel. Mannen, myten, legenden. Nu tittar vi på hem. Och vi får en 4 ändå. Vi får nej på avslagsåtran. Och 450 i Västerbanan. Vi hade varit det. Jag har 537 i Västerbanan. 95. Nu ser vi 514 i Västerbanan.